Okay, everybody. Well, today we are going to ride from Blairsville to Young Harris over the mountain on uh, Forest Service Road 100. So I won't bore you with some of the ride. It's about an 8-mile slog to get to the top of the mountain. But then which I've shown you before, but today we're going to video the backside of the mountain and going down into Young Harris. So um, right now, what I'm going to do is a little warm-up ride that I do. Make sure everything's working properly before I get out on the mountain. Last time before last, I had a flat on my back tire, which is the worst tire to have a flat on. But you know, finally got to change a flat on the side of the road, so that was another part of the adventure. So right now we're going to take a little, like I said, we're going to check all the brakes out, all the gears out, make sure the dropper's working fine, so before we get to the mountain and find out we got a problem. So that's what I'm going to do right now. Take this little drop here. Gotta watch for cars. And let it roll. Alright, well, everything seems to be in working order, so I will see you when I get to the top of the mountain. Okay, so we made it to the top of the mountain, about 8 miles, pretty rough ride, so I gotta check and make sure everything is still in one piece. Don't want your tire to roll in front of you. Yeah, everything seems to be in good shape. Tighten up that seat. Okay, so now we are going to go over the mountain into Young Harris. And one of my riding buddies calls this Dead Man's Mountain. I don't know why I don't think anybody's died here, but it's a little scary, especially going down. Coming up, it's just a slog because it's like 1,000 feet straight up. But anyway, it's a fun ride. So what we're going to do right now is make sure everything's good to go. Going to leave the dropper post down, and we're going to head down the mountain. It's been a lot of rain this year, so there's a lot of wash, a lot of ruts. In some places, just on top of the mountain. So anyway, here we go. Try to avoid as many mud puddles as possible. Last time I took this ride, I got a flat on my back tire. So that's never a good ride when you have to spend an hour changing an inner tube in a tire. Hopefully we won't have that problem today. Got new inner tubes. Fortunately, they do have quite a few switchbacks, so that kind of keeps the steepness down in most places. Woo, slippery. More than the road, I'm worried about running into a crazy man on a Jeep coming sideways around the corner. See the back behind the Jeep. Fortunately, he was driving sensibly. It's not always the case. We have now arrived in Youngsville. Onto the asphalt. Whew, what a ride. Now it's a chance to cool down, take a little leisurely ride. And this is a place I call Happy Valley, which is going to be, you'll see what I mean in just a minute when I clear the trees here, but this is just the most peaceful valley that I've seen. It's actually surrounded by mountains. on all four sides. Which is a good thing until you have to go 30 miles to a grocery store, I guess. But, uh-oh. Got some buddies here. Good boys, good boys. So I'll just have to outrun them. Yeah. I don't know if you can see this, but this is just a very bucolic area. I'll see if I can go up the side of this road here on the way back and show you some of the views you get, but it is just an amazing place. Check my not many people on this road. It's usually pretty quiet. This is a Tuesday morning, so I guess people are going about their business. Happy Valley. All right, we can continue on our journey here and see if I can make it up this hill. Again, this is a great little ride. I do it at least once a week. Good exercise, because coming back, yeah, I'll film some of it, but it is just a slog up the side of a mountain. So that's how e-bikes are the only way guys like me could have any chance of doing this. So I am a proponent of e-bikes, e-mountain bikes especially. E-road bike, well, e-city bikes are pretty good. Especially in North Georgia, we got a lot of hills. All right. Let's see. But I don't know if this is going to catch it, but look at this. Isn't this just beautiful? Oh my goodness. What a place. What a place. All right, we're going to go up this hill here and see if I can't show you some cool views. One thing about riding in the mountains, you're either going up or you're going down. So you got to be prepared. Uh-oh, the rabbit didn't make it. You got to be prepared. See, there's no gate, although they say it's a private road. If they run me off, they'll run me off. Just tell them I'm looking to buy a place. This one's for sale. and I'm sure I can afford it. What a beautiful place, though. This is steep. Should have shifted before now. Whew. You know, the camera doesn't really show this, but this is steep. And look at that. Oh my goodness. Have you ever seen such a thing? I wonder what they pay for these houses to get that view. Wonderful, beautiful view. All right. Whew. Ivy Log Heights. Well, all right. All right. Let's go back down the hill and make our way back up the hill. Yeah, really beautiful. All right. We'll head back up the mountain. So, for any of you that are interested, when I go on rides like this, I armor up as much as I can. Knee pads, elbow pads, padded gloves. Backpack holds a couple of liters of water. My tools. It's padded, so if you get thrown up against the rock or something, you've got protection for your back. Got a full cover helmet. Covers my face and everything, so it's protected. Of course, no shoulder pads, and of course your collarbone is going to be the first thing that hits the ground. But other than that, got pedaling shoes, so they're really thick and hard because rocks will get thrown up, and if you didn't have good shoes, it'd hurt. So, about to make about 1,000-foot climb. So you saw the coming down. Well, you got to go back up. And so, e-bike, right? Basically, I set it on turbo. Well, one below turbo. Put it in gear 3 or 4. And then slow and steady, just keep the pedals moving. Just like you would if you were on an analog bike. So that's how you do it. And oh, by the way, yes, you can get exercise on an e-bike. You do stuff like this, and I mean, even coming down the hill, your heart rate jumps up to 140, and in my case, that's about the max because of the sheer terror of the whole thing. You know, going up, it's not as easy as you might be led to believe. I mean, if you've never done e-mountain biking, it's different from riding on the street or on bike paths. So, all right, get some lower gears going here. We will try to climb this puppy. Now, the camera doesn't really give you the perspective that how steep this really is. I mean, I'd have a hard time walking up it. This is not so bad, but it gets there. Here we go. You got to really be careful up on these steep, really steep sections. Just don't lose traction. If the back wheel starts to spin, you're in trouble. Up the mountain we go. Since people live up here, they tend to keep this part of the road in pretty decent shape, but further up the mountain you get, the less people are there, and so no real incentive to keep the road graded. Whoop-de-doos. So a little bit about mileage. Because I'm using turbo so much, I would say, based on my experience, you would get in this kind of terrain about 45 miles. That's all I would risk. Because at 25, you're down to like 52%. And that's consistent, so. But that's on this bike, which is a Bafang M600 motor with a 720 watt hour battery. So, you know, different motor, different battery, mileage may vary. But on this particular bike, with this particular motor, bike weighs about 50 pounds. I weigh about 155, 160, something like that. So at 200 pounds, I would feel comfortable in going 45 miles. No more than that, though. Ooh, slippery. That's the thing with all this rain we've had. You go from rock to sand to gravel. So you get used to a certain feel, and then all of a sudden, the traction goes away. Okay, looks like we made it back to the top. Woohoo! All right.